What's happening, folks? Welcome back to Celtic Fans TV. It's time for another starting 11 prediction, this time for tomorrow's home game against Motherwell at Celtic Park. The international break is finally over. Proper football is back, Celtic are back, and hopefully we can get back to winning ways against Motherwell at Celtic Park tomorrow. We've had to stew on that defeat against St Mirren before the break for a fortnight. Hopefully the team come out fighting tomorrow. I obviously wasn't involved in any of the post-game content for the St Mirren game because I was away, and full-time reaction to the Shakhtar game in Warsaw was the video that never was, because my train to Krakow was 2 hours after full-time and the police kept us in the stadium cordoned in for about an hour and a half, so I nearly missed my train. Didn't have time to make a video. It was a disaster, but it was a unique set of circumstances that meant I had to get home really, really quickly. That won't be the case in Leipzig during the week, and I'm absolutely buzzing for that trip. But that means that I feel like I've not made a video for about 3 months, never mind 3 weeks. So I'm buzzing to get back to it tomorrow. I think in terms of the St Mirren game, a lot of fallout. Obviously, when you go a year without defeat, the reaction is always, I think the reaction whenever Celtic get beat can always be over the top. But I think when you go so long without defeat domestically in the league, and then you lose to a team like St Mirren, it wasn't at one of the more high-profile away fixtures that we face throughout the season, Tynecastles, Easter Roads, Ibrox. It wasn't one of them. It was really unexpected. I think the team just didn't perform. Whether there was a hangover from the game during the week, I don't know. I would doubt that because there was so many changes to the starting 11. I think that's probably more of a factor because there was too many big players not playing. Carter Vickers was obviously out injured, Starfelt out injured as well, but I think O'Reilly and Jota not involved from the start. There was just too many big players not on the pitch, and if you have that, I said last night in the wee video we did, I think when there's too many key performers not playing, the team can look a bit out of shape, and I think that's what happened. We just didn't look like an Ange Postecoglou team at all, but a great chance tomorrow to get back to winning ways. And I think we really need to have a good performance tomorrow. The way we've been playing for most of this season, to be honest, but we need to just reset with a victory tomorrow going into that massive game in Germany during the week. This video is sponsored by OneFootball. If you need a new football app on your phone, OneFootball is the place to go. You can select Celtic as your favourite team, and that'll give you all the latest Celtic news, transfer speculation, fixtures, and even live match updates if for any reason you can't make or watch a game. You can also add widgets to your home screen to keep up to date with Celtic's next fixture, who it's against, what the kick-off time is, all that stuff. And you can track leagues from across the world, league tables, top goal scorers, you name it, you'll find it all there on the OneFootball app. You can download it by clicking the link in the description of this video. It's free, absolutely free, wherever you get your apps on your phone. And it's a great way to support Celtic Fans TV. So if you haven't downloaded it already, please click the link below and get involved. So Motherwell come into this one sitting 8th in the table. Obviously Stevie Hamill is their new manager. They've had 3 wins, 1 draw and 3 defeats from their opening 7 league games, but no wins from the last 3. I think the consensus from the Motherwell side of things is that they've had some half-decent performances in recent weeks, but they've not got the results. I would expect us, as I say, after that defeat and having to sit it out for 2 weeks when at a national break, I'd expect the team tomorrow to be highly motivated to go out and right the wrongs for the St Mirren game, and I expect us to look like a proper Ange Postecoglou Celtic team, like we didn't in that game at St Mirren. So we will get to the starting lineup then. Still some injury problems, as the manager alluded to in the press conference today, although having said that, not as many as first feared, because it seemed like going through that international break, every night there was a different game and it looked like somebody else was injured. Abada, I think, at one point, Maeda, Yakimakis, Haksabanovic as well, but I think most of them are all right. Only Yakimakis, who picked up a knock on international duty, is definitely out of the game tomorrow. Still Carter Vickers and Starfelt missing, which I think is huge for us, particularly looking ahead to the game in Germany next week, but we'll come to that. I think in goals it will obviously be Joe Hart at right back. Josip Juranovic, I expect him to come back in. Tony Ralston did start that game at St Mirren. That was one of the changes. Again, a lot of big players, big performers coming out of the team, and I just think too many a couple of weeks ago. The centre-half pairing, who came in for a lot of stick after the St Mirren game, I think it will have to be those two again tomorrow with Jens and Stephen Welsh. Partnering, they've got to perform better tomorrow, and you would expect them to. It's an easier game. We're at home. I don't think as a much bigger pitch will have more of the ball. I don't think there'll be as many aerial threats for long throws the way that St Mirren caused us issues at their grounds. But looking ahead to the European game, if that is a centre half pairing, you would be worried, and it's just because they step up to that level. I think those two just aren't ready for that at all, and I think the performance level against St Mirren would maybe show you that. Again, having said that, I'm not wanting to write either of them off. I think this type of game tomorrow is one that they're more than capable of handling, and they've got the quality to do that. But I think without Carter Vickers in that back four, I think across the whole team, we don't look as assured, we don't look as calm. And I actually said this to the guys yesterday, when we're in the crowd and we think, oh, Cameron Carter Vickers is playing today, you're confident about our ability to defend and to press high, and his recovery pace, his defending, his positioning, everything that he brings to the team, it brings you a sense of calmness, and there's no doubt his teammates will have that as well. His teammates will have that when he's playing, and when he's not there, that will be subconsciously in the back of their minds as well. So you can't underestimate how big a player Carter Vickers is for us, and the quicker he can get back, the better. The manager did say that, well, he didn't really say anything, Ange Postecoglou, in the press conference today. He said he's definitely missing the weekend, and then look at it again. Quite vague, but you've got to cross your fingers that Carter Vickers can be fit for Wednesday, because that'd be huge for us. Left back, Greg Taylor, nice to see him get some game time for Scotland. Combination of injuries to Robertson and Tierney. I think he did well. I think he's in really, really good form. Greg Taylor, again, nobody really played well against St Mirren, did they? I don't think anyone came out of that game with what you would call pass marks, but Greg Taylor so far this season has been absolutely excellent and deserved his couple of caps that he got for Scotland, and long may that form that he's shown this season continue. The midfield three, I expect it to go back to the first choice of McGregor, Hatate and O'Reilly. Again, we had Aaron Moy in there from the start, and I think Moy and McGregor in any domestic game is a wee bit too conservative for my liking. Obviously, Callum McGregor, we know he can move up one, he can play higher up the pitch, he's played in different positions previously in his Celtic career, he's scored goals before, but I think now he's so settled in that position. I seen him joking today about his FIFA position being changed to CDM. That is what he is now, and so I don't think we can afford to bring someone as defensively minded in as Aaron Moy and keep McGregor, just move him up one. I think the dynamic in midfield is just totally different from having McGregor in deeper position and Hatate and O'Reilly, who are really dynamic, quick, a lot of running power, quality going forward. They're both a goal threat. I think that midfield three is absolutely key for us, and I think the sort of pace or lack of pace in midfield in St Mirren is one of the factors that cost us. That will be the midfield three tomorrow. I expect on the right hand side, I expect Leah Labada to start. Again, Maeda pulled out of Japan's second game, but nothing from Ange today to say that it was anything serious at all. He's been training, he's available for selection tomorrow, but I think Abada will start on the right hand side. I think Jota will start on the left. I don't know what to make of Jota's form. I don't want to call it yet, but I do accept that in the last 2 or 3 games, he's not been in the sparkling form that he was in the first 5, 6, 7 games of the season. He's had a couple of openings in Champions League games and the Shakhtar game. I think he could maybe have made more of the openings. In the Real Madrid game, he was a little bit quiet, and I know he came off the bench against St Mirren, but nothing really came off for him. So I'd like to see Jota get back to his top form. A brilliant opportunity for him to do that tomorrow, and then you go to that game against Leipzig on Wednesday, and the away Europa League game against Bayer Leverkusen in Germany last season. Jota was absolutely brilliant. We're looking for that level from him again on Wednesday. Giakoumakis is out. That means Kyogo will lead the line. There was so many overreactions, as I say, to that defeat against St Mirren, but I think none more so than Kyogo becoming a bit of a scapegoat for some people. We know that he's not involved. He's on the periphery of the game, waiting to pounce. The game needs to get to him. The team has to be functioning cohesively to play to Kyogo's strengths. He's not like Giakoumakis, who's just going to come on, back up a defender, and hold it up and bring other players into play. That's not what his game is. But it doesn't mean that he's the reason that we get beat 2-0 at St Mirren. Giakoumakis came on and wasn't a great deal more effective. I don't think the St Mirren game can be defined or pinpointed to any individual performances. I think collectively the team were miles off it, and the big strength of this Ange Postecoglou Celtic team is that collectively, when they're functioning properly, they're a real force, a real attacking force, and none of that was there against St Mirren. So I don't think it's really fair to pinpoint, and that's not just for Kyogo, because I know that people like to wind me up about how much I love Kyogo, but that doesn't go for Kyogo, it goes for everybody. I don't think you can look at the St Mirren game and sort of pin blame on any individual. I think collectively the team just didn't turn up on the day. So I think that's the lineup the manager will go with at Celtic Park tomorrow. I hope we can get back to winning ways. I hope it's a good performance, a good victory, just to pick up the confidence again. Going to Germany during the weekend will be a massive game for us. Back to a 2-point gap in the league. Rangers go to Tynecastle in the early kick-off tomorrow. We've just got to get back to that consistent level we've shown for the past 12 months. The consistency that brought us 364 days unbeaten in the league. And if we can go another run even close to that, we'll be in a good position come the end of the season. Like this video, comment with your own thoughts below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be back tomorrow with all of the full-time content, full-time reaction, post-match pint from Malone's. Join us for that. Wherever you're watching the game tomorrow, enjoy it. Thank you.